supervisor is not perfect. I do not expect my boss to be perfect. I know you're human. I know you have an off day once in a while. But the supervisor's normal pattern of behavior is courtesy, concern, consideration, and compassion. If he's off of that one day, I know there's something wrong, and I'll go right on along with him. But that's not his normal pattern of behavior. He's careful about his employees' feelings because he knows his workers' energy is forever bound up in their emotions. Your employees' energy is bound up in their emotions. This human being stuff is going to work for you when you get it in your work, in your management program. No, the supervisor is not perfect, but he is positive. He does try his best to be positive just as much as he possibly can. He makes us feel important because he thinks we are. The supervisor makes his employees feel important. Man, he knows they are. He tries to motivate us from the inside out. You can only harness your employee's spirit by tapping their spirit and harnessing the energy through their heart. So the supervisor people like him. They trust him and they respect him. They need to do three things, boss. Your people need to like you, they need to trust you, and they need to respect you. Okay, I like my boss because he likes me. He gives me a friendly greeting every day. Acts like he's glad to see me when I come on the job. He called me by my name once in a while. I know he knows who I am, and I'm different from everybody else. He says my name once in a while. He's interested in me, but he's not involved with me. He never has tried in any way to get involved with me. He's interested in me, though. He rules his job with an iron fist, but he wears a soft glove on it. He treats all his employees equal. He tries his best to talk to all of us with the same voice. He listens to us, and he appreciates my input in matters on the job that concern me. He lets me have a say-so. If it's something that concerns me on the job, he'll talk to me about it. He treats me like a valuable member of this team. Basically, I like him because he's fair, F-A-I-R. I trust my boss because he trusts me. He believes what I tell him. He never acts like he doesn't believe me. If I tell him I'm sick or some of my problems, he always acts like he believes every word I say. He trusts me. Man, I trust him. He never lies to me. He never tells other people what I say. He's consistent. He's pretty consistent, day in and day out. He never surprises me with changes on the job. I trust him not to do that. We have a problem, he gives me the benefit of the doubt every time. And man, I do the same thing for him. He has earned my trust every day. I respect my boss because he respects me. My boss does not handle me. My boss keeps his hands off of me. When he talks to me, he does not touch me. I respect him for that. If he touches me, it's only 10 seconds. My boss does not use profanity in my presence. My boss does not cuss around me. I respect him for that. He keeps his sex life, or she keeps her sex life, separate from her business life. My boss keeps their sex life separate. They don't talk about sex. They don't tell dirty jokes. And they don't flirt with anybody on the job. Their personal and sex life is totally separated from their work life. And I respect him for that. He maintains a high level of conduct on this job. And I appreciate that. He's a stabilizing influence on the job. He earns my respect every day because he supervises himself before he tries to supervise somebody else. I respect my boss because they supervise themselves first, and then they come and supervise me. I respect the boss like this. I'll give this kind of supervisor my best work. Top job performance on a continuing basis. I'll work for this kind of a boss, and we'll have a united team. I mean, it can accomplish great things. This kind of atmosphere on the job creates a win-win situation, folks. Listen, nobody loses here. Everybody wins. The company wins. The community wins. The bosses win. The workers win. The consumer wins. Everybody wins here. It's a win-win thing. The things we've been discussing here today are simple. Nothing profound has been said here today. Simple. They're sound. They cost free. Nothing will cost this company a dime that we've talked about here today. But the best thing about these principles, they work. Man, they work. Well, they've worked on me hundreds of times, y'all. I've seen them work on other employees thousands of times. Let me promise you something. They will work on your employees too. They work. Now, you know, I believe there's a refreshing breeze right now blowing through the management structures of companies and organizations all over this country. Management team, they are going back to basics. And I notice it, I see it stimulating, motivating, activating working people all over this country, all over this land. That's why they'll do it. And I'm seeing the unity that management has been talking about for 100 years finally becoming a reality. And I hope it will become a reality even more in your company and on your team. And y'all, you know what? I thank God for letting me have a small part in this revolution. And I'm going to conclude with a little poem about that, unity in the workplace. Before I do, I'm going to tell you two things. One is, everybody knows somebody you can't motivate. So I have to say, yeah, you're right. When we're talking about motivation, folks, we may not be talking about 100% of the people 100% of the time. We got drugs now. Maybe a weirdo out there with a fried brain that nobody in the world can motivate. One day this bunch of bees come swarming down Main Street. All of them lit on a Texaco station, but one, he flew over and lit on the Esso station. The moral of that story, there's always one SOB in every crowd. Find that little fella break off. He's tired of looking at other people back in. Well, he wanted to get out of there, man. He wanted to leave. Think about that little bee the next time somebody in your world acts up. And then I wanted to tell you that, listen to me, it's kind of like panning for gold. You know, I know y'all seen these old guys on TV, and they up in the hill and they panning for gold. They dish up a pan of gravel, wash it, shake it, and throw out all the gravel, and if they're lucky, they'll find a little nugget. So, folks, I hope and I pray that every last one of you here today and those that will ever view this video, I hope all of you, I know there's been a lot of gravel in this presentation, but after you've thrown out the gravel from this presentation, I hope every one of you can find at least one nugget that you can take back here, take home with you, enrich your life, improve a relationship, help you out on the job. A nugget. I hope everybody can get at least one. And before I do my poem, I want to thank you for your attention, and I want you good luck and Godspeed, and I hope we meet again, folks. United we stand. United we stand, and divided we fall. Now that's a statement that we often may hear. When applied to the labor management, the message today is quite clear. For most of the programs and plans of the past that was used in employee relations have become obsolete in this enlightened area of technology and education. Those old, outdated employment policies where the worker was prodded and pressed, produced adversarial relationships, nobody was doing their best. Today, labor and management are walking in step. With allegiance and loyalty, proud and productive, we are charting a course that decides what our future will be. For success is elusive, never guaranteed. To achieve it requires many things. The greatest of these is the will to win that you get when you work as a team. Yes, we are labor and management, investing our skills, our energy, years of our lives. We receive satisfaction in the mutual rewards of a prosperous enterprise. As we settle our differences and solve our disputes, our common good judgment will guide us, at all time presenting a united front to any who may hope to divide us. When we're shoulder to shoulder, man, we're the best we can be. On this closeness, our victory depends. But we must have a caring, cooperative spirit, or we'll never be able to win. Now, each one is important, for we all have to make contributions uniquely our own. As we join hearts and hands, man, we go for the goal. But nobody can reach it alone. It's united that we move on to greater endeavor. It's united that we grow and we build. Only unity will provide this competitive edge that will make us the best in our field. So we go forward together, or we may not go at all. Our future is in our own hands. United, we'll make it. But the alternative is a divided house shall not stand. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and God bless you. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much.